Hey everyone, let me just check my settings quickly. And yeah, I should be audible to everyone. And we are just waiting for Ritvi. I think she said she will be a bit late, but hope you all are doing well. So let's see. I mean, it's been some time, so I just need to check my setup again because I was traveling and I was away for 3 weeks. So it's been like, you know, a lot of change, a lot of things have changed. Just checking. Yep, we are live on X. What about LinkedIn? We should be live there too. And how do we see that? Yeah. Okay, all good. So what we're going to do today. So we are actually trying to change the format, and you know, we will be talking about the weekly five, which actually is the newsletter I started. So in case you are not aware, let me just share my screen so I can just quickly go through it. And mm, hey Sashi, hey Kalihat. Yeah, it's good. I mean, cannot complain. I think we have a good weather now. So previously I was just complaining about the weather. It's been some time. We had good sun. So let me share my screen meanwhile. Yeah. And how about you? How's your day so far? And then I can also talk about, you know, the conferences we've been to. Oh, I realized I let me see if I can put my face here. Yeah. And one thing which I'll have to do is not this, but change the format, customize, not here. And if you can hear me, can you let me know like how's the video quality? I did something. I'm just wondering like if it looks good or not. And okay, so this is the one. This is the other one. It's the chat con. Okay, so weekly five. This is the blog. This is the newsletter I started. It's been 3 months. And then we have close to 30 subscribers right now. So in case you want to get like five amazing open source projects, you want to know about them, just go ahead and subscribe to the newsletter. And yeah, uh, oh, thank you. So I just like Tejas. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much. I mean, uh, so oh come on, everyone knows Tejas is the best. So Tejas is a good friend of mine. I mean, he lives in Berlin. Just in case you get to see his one of the talks, he's an amazing speaker. I love his talks. I still need to catch up on his last talk, which was pretty good. I heard a lot about from the community. So I was just telling everyone, Tejas, it's been 3 weeks. I was like hopping between different conferences, and I'm back home. So I just finished watching one episode of the podcast which we do. Hey, Philip. Uh, hey, yeah, good to see you. So, the merge. So, Code Rabbit has its own podcast, and we are going to get Tejas soon as well. So, Tejas is going to travel to SF, and I was like, dude, Tejas is coming to SF. So, I asked my team to invite him as soon as possible, and Tejas is going to be on the podcast. So, and code rapid the merge. So you can actually see this podcast on YouTube, and this is different. YouTube, code rapid. Yeah, and now that should be the recent episode. So this one with Jesse, who created the superpowers. It's an amazing it works like a kind of plugin. Uh, oh, and you're just making me cry. You're going to make me cry. So stop this. They just hey Philip, good to see you. So yeah, I was talking about superpowers. I mean, if you're not using this plugin, just go ahead and give it a try. Amazing plugin. I can actually show you a demo today, how it works. I've been using it for my all my side projects, and it's so much amazing. Anyways, we'll talk during the demo. And I was talking about the just new podcast. Sorry, the talk which he gave at uh, AI engineering, and which a lot of people said was really amazing. So go ahead and watch that talk. And I'm going to maybe once I see the podcast episode, once I see the talk, I will also post about it and share my thoughts. Like, but yeah, that's something. But let's go back to the weekly five. So the weekly five is I try to actually write it every week, but I've been little bit, um, I just missed one episode, one edition, I think, because I was just like traveling and then I couldn't do that. But this week I found few amazing projects. One of them was a review. I was like, oh, so generally the way I figure out this project is I have my internal dashboard where I go and check what are the different projects who has been maybe, trending, but they are also active because, there might be a project which was created 5 years ago. Somehow people realize this is a good project and people starting them. I mean, nothing wrong with it. It goes viral, but you will see literally no, you know, um, no activity on the repository, no PRs, no issues. And to me, if a project is like very valid in case they're really active, they're having PRs, they are growing, they have a community around it, and that's how I figure out this all these projects, right? So review is actually it sounds really amazing because it's more of a science than actually technology. So they're using some signals which is available in your Wi-Fi router. So it turns every Wi-Fi router into privacy preserving presence detection. So you can actually use your Wi-Fi router to detect like who is moving inside your house, and that's crazy. I mean, I was like, wow, is this possible? And you can actually plug in this with Home Assistant to actually trigger the scene based on a room occupancy or detected activity. So in case any room which has activity will be detected on your Home Assistant dashboard. Wow. I mean, I was thinking maybe I can actually record a video and see like if it really works, but that will be crazy, right? I mean, everyone has an Wi-Fi in their houses, and just think about like having uh, Wi-Fi detect what is happening in which room, or some activity which is happening in some room of yours. So let's see. I will probably, because this will take time maybe to set up, because I have to also set up Home Assistant and everything. And then the second project which I found was I'm a intern. It's actually from one of the uh, sorry, I keep forgetting the name, Hugging Face, right? So it's from Hugging Face. So you can actually use it as maybe for research purposes, right? So you can actually it can do research, coding, training, deployment, and just go ahead and use ML Intern if you want to. I'm thinking about me buying some subscription for Hugging Face, so we can actually try any models or something like this next time to show. And this is again an interesting project which I found, Komi Store, which is decentralized open source So, I think everyone knows the existing app stores have problems, and they charge a lot of money. I think I have seen enough people complaining about it. And so good to see like a lot of people are actually trying to solve this issue by building their own. And Komi Store is one of them. So it was very active project. I think it has like close to 50,000 stars. So if you are looking to maybe, have another way to distribute your projects, just go ahead and look at Kumi Store. This is nice project. And ML Intern, I missed the stars, but it has close to 10,000 stars. And this one, Review, has 74K stars. And crazy. And believe me, I was looking at the statistics of Superpowers, and it has close to 230K stars. It's like it's the project is in top 50, I think, now on GitHub, or maybe not top 50. I think it should be in top 10. Let's see. Top 10 starred repo sit on GitHub. So public APIs. Oh, let's see. OpenClaw. So it's around to 30K. So oh yeah, now it's in top 17. That's crazy. I mean, last time I saw it, believe me, when we recorded the podcast, it was around 140K, and now it's 226K. The other one, which we also like, this is one of the project we sponsor as well. ECC has been growing like crazy. It is cloud for cloud code, and you can actually see a lot of skills and they have memory, and this is for development for cloud code, Codex, and open code. So this is also an amazing project. We didn't got the chance to explore this, but I just like love the superpowers one. Hey Jyoti, thanks for joining. Hope you are having a great day so far. So good to see a lot of friends joining in here. So thank you everyone. Uh, Okay, so Komi Store is another one. Cedar. So the story with Cedar was actually I was at React Summit last week, and I was having, of course, chat with a lot of open source maintainers and see like because CodeRabbit has this open source fund, and conferences gave me good opportunity to actually go and meet those open source maintainers and talk to them directly about like how we can actually help them, maybe by giving maybe Code Rabbit subscription, or maybe let's see if we can actually give them some fundings. And I met Toby, who is actually making Cedar, and I was like, "What's the backstory? Like, why this project exists, and what you're trying to solve?" So I came to know, that there was a good project called Redwood JS, and I came to know that project has been shut down, and most of the team actually left the project, and it was actually already adopted by enterprises. So Toby was already involved in the project from a long time, and he said, "Why not to just fork it and maintain?" So he's doing that. The project is still growing, and he's trying to maintain it. So he recently started doing that. So don't go with the number of stars, because Redwood just JS was a very big project already, and he's starting from zero. But he just forked Redwood JS. He's going to maintain uh, the project now. So I just got Ritvi. Hey Ritvi, hello.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, so I was just going through the weekly 5 edition of this week. So I'm almost on the last project. And so, yeah, so that's the story behind Cedar. So, Ritvi, I just met the maintainer of Cedar at React Summit. And we are talking to him like how we can support the project. It's a growing project. He just forked Redwood JS, and he's trying to now actually build it or maintain it, because a lot of enterprises actually rely on Redwood JS, and they suddenly felt like, oh, they've been dumped because all the maintainers decided to leave the project, shut down the project. So let's see how we can help Toby to actually help with this project. And The strawberry, it was interesting project. So I saw this is going, and I was like, "Oh, what this project is?" So it's actually a music player. So
Ooh,
yeah, and it looks like this. So
very cool. Does it feel like the old media player that Windows had a
yeah,
little bit?
yeah, that's why I loved it. I'm old school. So hmm. But it's not just one music player, but it also a music collection organizer. You can actually just put all the music together at one place, and then yeah, this is how it works. And I think they forked it from a very popular project, and like 3,000 stars. I think it proves that maybe it was bad idea whoever decided to this frog from Clementine. Yeah, it's in
Ooh.
2018. So hey, Danny. Good to see you. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of friends in the chat today. So they just dropped by. Jyoti, Philip, and Shashi was there. Curly had was on X. So yeah, and now Danny. So uh,
Yeah, Tejas
yeah,
is here as well. I just saw that.
cool. So they're trying to actually make it work with most of the OS. Let's see. There are so many. It supports almost all the different Unix and Linux packages, Linux operating systems. So I think it works with almost everything. And so that was the last project for the day. And
Amazing.
yeah, and anything from you, Ritvi? I mean, so I was thinking about maybe revisiting the conferences we went to. So it's
Oh,
been
yeah.
3 weeks, as I said, like, yeah.
And I
So
think
let's do
we
that.
also
So the
missed
first one,
out on capturing a lot of the April ones, right, Santosh? I think you went to Turkey for a meetup. We were at AI Dev SF. We haven't talked about any of those yet.
no, no. So yeah, I mean, maybe we don't need to go that long, but at least last three because I have very short-term memory. I,
Sounds good.
So I don't remember most of the things which happened. So my wife asked me like, "Oh, I made this last week." I was like, "Really? I you're asking me about last week? I don't remember what I ate like 2 days ago." And then yeah, so I'm not sure like how many people have seen this Ted Lasso. Yeah,
Love that lasso. Yeah.
I mean I that's the reason I actually took subscription of Apple TV, and I was like, oh. He keeps saying one thing, be a goldfish. And I was like, dude, I'm already goldfish. I don't remember what happened. Like, so there is a dialogue from himself because he says, like, goldfish forgets everything in 15 minutes.
Oh, yes. Be like a goldfish. Yes.
They,
Yes. Yes.
so I was like, oh, dude, I'm already goldfish. Don't be.
Not the way he meant it, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. I still have like few memories. I mean, but yeah, I don't keep everything in my mind. So, anyways, so so 3 weeks ago we started with FGS.
Correct. Yes. App.js in Krakow, Poland.
Yeah, and I don't know like how what Triti thinks about the city, but it's like one of my favorite cities now, and especially for running. I posted about it. So my if I have to like post like or rank the cities based on where I want to go for a run, of course nothing beats San Francisco. I mean, I always love going to that from the Bay to Golden Gate Bridge, and that run is amazing, amazing. I mean, it's beautiful. I did once in a morning. It was 5 or 6 a.m., 6 a.m. probably, and it was so
Wow.
beautiful because there was no one, literally no one on the road, and not even the homeless people. Probably they were sleeping as well, so I could run. So no offense to anyone, but that's how San Francisco is. And if I have to go somewhere for a run in Europe, I think that will be Krakow. But enough about the city and running. If you tell us about the conference.
Yeah, so App.js is basically a React Native first conference. It is for, well, it is for everyone, but it mainly focuses on React Native developers. Um, all the talks were around React Native, and so were a lot of products like us. Um, it is co-organized by, or the main partner for this is Expo. Have you all heard of Expo? Expo, how I remembered it, how they started off was as a testing tool, so you could cross-platform test your builds on any of your phones very easily. But now Expo is doing a lot more and working across different verticals as well. So they were one of the co-organizers, or the main partners rather. And then we had partners like Infinity Red, who are the main organizers of another React Native conference called Chain React, where we will also be next month. So yeah, that's Gant. He's the main organizer of Chain React. So it's React Native first, extremely nerdy conference, very good talks, a lot of expo speakers from Meta, and yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. And we had fun. Like the one thing which I loved about the conference is, like, I go to many. I used to, of course. Now I started again, but I used to go to many conferences where I see, like, there are so many people who are just coming for networking, and here it was like so many people who came for a talk. Like they were really really like, whenever there used to be a talk, you will not find any single person outside the conference. And I was like, what is this happening? Like, oh, the talks must be so good actually, or maybe people are so good that they don't want to miss anything. But that was something different for me.
I agree. I agree. It's like good developer conferences are getting rarer with enterprise taking over and everyone wanting to sell. I think they've also a very unique part about app.js is they actually don't have your regular booth setup. It's only if like us, we if you insist on having a booth, they let you print a banner yourself and give you like a couple of tables, but they don't have the regular booth setup and they don't encourage it either. So yeah, it's a very it's they expect you to like be part of the conference, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
And yeah, I also got to meet some great OSS folks here. We ended up doing a party, and it was crazy packed. Uh, almost
Yeah.
300 people dropped by, right?
Yeah, around 200, 250.
Yeah.
A lot of people dropped by, so we weren't sure how many people to expect, so we had a little bit of surprise. But the reason why we were very excited about the after party also is because we picked out two of the oldest bars in the city. So one of them was run the owner has been running it for 17 years. And Santosh, I don't know if I told you or not, she's a big fan of India. She visited India back in 2000 and she has pictures from Varanasi and Goa. And yeah, so it was a very, very cool place, very local place.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So I ended up meeting, one of the speakers, Evo, at actually React Summit as well. So he was there as like, hey, this React native guy, he is here as well. So yeah, but now he's a good friend. So another advantage of going to the conference. And then we took a flight to, I mean, Ritvi took a flight to Lead Dev.
Yes, native LDX3.
I mean, so I ended up applying for my visa, and I was like, hope it gets rejected because of the memories I have from an old conference in London. But I think I'm past that now. I mean, this conference was really good, and again, I got to meet meet good friends as well. So yeah, but I was in London after 4 years,
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, but yeah, it was again another conference. I think we had like pretty, so a lot of people coming to our booth with me. I mean, I saw that like it was always full.
Yep. We got a really cool booth, and I asked the organizers to put in as many chairs and tables as they could, which means we had a lot of time and like a space to just sit and give demos, which was a good start, which was a good idea. So, folks, if you all are doing events in the future, the one thing I learned from this event was just put a lot of chairs and tables, so that way when people are visiting you, they don't feel the need to move on. They can actually chill there for a little bit, and it really helped. That was fun. We also had our brand new EMEA team there from the enterprise side. We met them for the first time. A lot of them were meeting each other for the first time. So it was a lot of fun for us as a team to hang out for the first time. We also did a really cool boat party at LDX3. And as luck would have it, it was supposed to be a bad week in London, but it was turning out to be a good weather week. However, that day it started with rains, thunderstorm, right until the boat came to pick us up at the dock. And from that point on, since like everybody, like the 200 people got on the boat, it was sunny. It was sunny until the end of the day, and the boat ride ended up being extremely pleasant. So, funnily enough, Santosh, DX did a panel on the boat, and it is such a great way to do a panel, right? No one can escape. Like, where will you go in the river? And so they did a panel on the boat, and one of the speakers, I will not name because we were having Chatham House rules.
Mhm.
What stays on the boat, what happens on the boat
Happens
stays
to
on the
both.
boat. But a very significant point that they made was the gist of their talk was the only thing that people need to solve for in the next year in AI is code reviews. So that was very in the audience. I was like, oh, very validated.
That's why we got everyone on the boat. So yeah, and then yeah, between Krakow and Lead Def, I ended with celebrating my 17th anniversary
and
and
going
ended up,
viral
yeah, sorry,
and going viral.
and going viral. Wow, that was crazy. I mean, I still get messages like, "Oh, I saw you on Instagram, Facebook." I was like, I've never been on Instagram or Facebook in my life, so and someone is actually making like, oh, anyways, someone is getting millions of views. So I just
Yeah,
posted
so
like,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know if you saw how many Instagram accounts posted it, but Official Humans of Bombay posted it. And like, I'm like, I don't think Santosh knows. When I saw that Instagram post, I was like, "Hey, interesting."
No, actually, so I think I got the one from news channels, and I was like, oh
Yes,
wow, what's happening?
yeah, Instagram Official Humans of Bombay, yeah, that one. The
Yeah, I mean,
Instagram page, yeah. Even they posted you. So if
I
you
don't know.
scroll a little bit,
I don't know. I don't have login, so I'm not sure like if they show you
let me
everything,
know if
but
I can do it. Give me 1 second. Don't stop sharing just yet. I can tell you maybe the link to it exactly.
okay.
Yeah, if you were wanted to be an Instagram influencer, this was your shot.
Where is okay? You shared the link.
I am sharing my screen.
Ah, okay, okay, okay. Got it.
Uh, Window. There you go, folks. See that, Santosh?
Wow. Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
has. So I mean, someone actually posted that. So I don't share what my wife's name is anywhere on the socials, and they ended up making up a name. So that's not my wife's name actually. What they
Oh,
mentioned. So
but
my
yeah, that
actually
was
my
funny.
yeah, but my wife's friend, they saw it and they're like, it looks like you, but who is Upasna? And she's laughing like, oh no, they just made up the name. So
That is very creative.
yeah, just very creative because of course they couldn't find me on the internet, right? So they couldn't ask me. Come on,
Yeah.
dude, man. Your tweet was everywhere. I mean, anyways, but yeah, I don't complain. Um, and then, yeah, after that, we ended up going to different conferences. We said, okay, now it's enough seeing each other for 2 weeks in a row. So I decided to go back to Amsterdam for JS Nation and React Summit, and it was great. First time I was giving a talk, and and one panel discussion. So I had no idea like what I'm doing. Of course, by the end of the day, I was tired, very tired on day one. But I also got to meet a lot. friends after ages. I haven't seen them for maybe 2 3 years, because I stopped traveling 2 years ago, and they were there. So it was a nice time, I would say. And I ended up giving my full talk in a conference in, after 18 months. And yeah, people liked it somehow. They said, yeah, it was a good talk. And someone told me, you have your like delivery was way better than what you did last time. And I was angry, but he was my friend. So, and it was friends at a conference. So I was like, okay, meet me outside. Just kidding. So, and
We do not do violence, folks. That's a
no,
joke.
we don't. Yeah. He is still like healthy and he reached his home. He messaged me. He's yeah, so all good. And then and the conference was really great. I heard like people talking about a lot of good talks, a lot of good discussion, which happened, of course, on the booth and with the friends as well. We ended up sponsoring Eric from. He actually is the maintainer of Redux forms. I don't know. He was talking. No, Eric. Okay, he was not giving a talk. Yeah, he was. Maybe he was just visiting, but we sponsoring him. We are talking to Toby. I ended up meeting Eric Alim, who is in Alim is in 10 Stack team. We sponsor 10 Stack, and we also work very closely with Alim. He's a nice person. And ended up meeting Eddie. I think Eddie is very well known into the community. He recently joined PayPal, so he was there on the booth and he was giving a talk as well. So overall, good conference. I was able to go for a run in
Did
Amsterdam on
you
my
get a
last day.
picture, Santosh, from the
Or
booth?
from the booth, yes.
Did you have a picture from our booth?
Yeah. So Eddie actually took a very at the booth, and I ended up using it as where is that? Oh, okay. What on? I ended using this is the banner. Actually, this is from our booth.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, so Eddie was at our booth. He's like, okay, I'll take some pictures. If you like it, just use it. And I was like, dude, this is really nice. I mean, it looks good, right? So people know like what I'm doing or where I work at least. And picture. Oh, I cannot see this profile pic of mine. I ended up using this. This picture. This is from AppJS.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah. So another good friend of ours, um, Taz, he ended up taking this picture, and I'm using it on like Twitter as well as Blue Sky, and it looks really nice.
Yeah,
And
it's a
I don't
very
know,
good.
so and yes, I ended up meeting Taz for 3 weeks in a row, and I said, dude, stay away from me now. I don't want to see you for at least a month. And yeah, so he also said the same, and we said we hate each other, and then we went our own ways. So yeah, that was nice. Yeah, and over to you, Prithvi. How was the Singapore conference?
Yeah, so we actually did a lot of things this week with, of course, a big team being at JS Nation React Summit in London, while the APAC team was with me for Super AI in Singapore. And Super AI was this, so we were doing it for the first time, and Super AI was this very interesting conference where AI on the edge, like people doing some very cutting edge things. They had a startup competition, um, where they had a lot of really cool startups from all across APAC come and showcase their companies and their products. And then we also had people like the Razorpay CEO. Sorry, not Razorpay, Razer. You know the gaming company Razer
Yeah, yeah. They
with the
make
keyboard
keyboard and
design.
everything, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So he was there. He gave a really nice fireside chat, which was pretty cool. We had Arm there. Arm is doing some pretty cool things with AI, Red Hat. We had a lot of cool partners, a lot of cool stuff. Alibaba and Quen had a big booth. Mistral AI had a really big booth. So they were showcasing and giving a few talks. So yeah, it was overall a very interesting conference. The part that made it, like stand out, not in a good or bad way, just stand out, was that there were a lot of Web3 people and a lot of Web3 people comparing it to other big Web3 conferences. So I think it was a great place for us to realize that, oh, people in Web3 are also building things, and they also use GitHub, and they also use Git, and they probably are also using AI tools to get ahead, right? Like, I mean, we're aware of it, but just like we're not, at least as a company, I know we're not actively working in Web3 communities. Um, so it was very interesting when blockchain folks came and asked, and they're like, "Oh, are you all using Web3?" And I was like, "Not yet." That was fun. That was fun. That was interesting. We also had one of our very like brand new team members on her day three join us at the conference. So that was a lot of fun.
This is very common in our team. So I found someone at in London, right? So he had joined like 2 days ago, and he was at our booth helping us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's trial by fire at Code Rabbit, y'all. Hendrik, our fellow DevRel, went to an event day one. Uh,
Juan,
yeah.
Juan did the
No, no,
same.
no. Juan also went to an event in his first week, but
Yeah.
Hendrik went on day one to a conference. Yeah, trial by fire, y'all. Jay, you entered the company, you're start demoing, yeah.
And I did it 6 months before joining Code Rabbit.
Yeah,
So
and a lot of people did it the other way around, where they prepared for it even before. Like Santosh 6 months ago, Alex did that 3-ish months before he joined. So yeah.
nice. Perfect. So Mriti, I was talking about this project called Superpowers. We ended up inviting Jesse, who is the creator, and I was actually building something. Let me figure out where the project is. Was it GitHub app? Yeah, I think GitHub app. Oh, GitHub, come in. Hmm, yeah. So maybe I can show you like how this superpowers work, and it's a plugin, so you can actually just plug in with uh, like any of your favorite tool. So it works with everything: GitHub Copilot, GitHub app, even Cloud Code, Codex. And 1 second, I lost my window somewhere. Yeah. Okay. So let me share the screen, and yeah. So you're able to see this, and maybe I change this to white theme, maybe so people can see this, or maybe something more funky. Eye health. What is this eye health? Let's see. Oh my God. Uh, of course, then I need to go to hospital. Uh, this is this is not really eye health theme. I don't know. Where is the light theme? A light. And let me change themes. Okay, my goodness. I think I should skip to system settings and maybe zoom in so people can see this. No. And okay, so let me show you how this things work with superpowers. So with AI, we have an habit of actually just giving a prompt to your agent and say, hey, just go ahead and build this. But this is not like how a production applications are built, right? I mean, in production, you actually do a lot of thought process behind like what we are trying to do, why we are trying to build something. You create your spec documents, you create your, probably you will write your design doc and everything, and you do a lot of brainstorming basically. And one thing which we have heard from everyone who is like an AI expert, they are saying don't actually give away your thought process. Like, of course, thinking is something which should still stay with you. Don't give away your thinking.
Wow.
And this is exactly what this does. You can start a project. I can just maybe start a new project and hope this works. And I end up using maybe GPT 5.4, and let's see what I want to build. what we want to build today. Um, Create a new app to maybe, I hope this is visible. Yeah. Uh, or create a new game to find and kill bugs. So this is a very small prompt, right? I mean, most of the AI agent will be like confused, like what he wants to do. But anyways, it will go ahead and build it. But with, you know, as I already have this superpowers, so it says skill using superpowers. So it will not let me burn my tokens. It will ask me a few questions before I go ahead and do something. So it says, okay, now it's actually trying to, it's still with brain, it's still brainstorming. Like it's still not giving this everything to the stupid prompt, whatever I have written to actually my coding agent. So it goes ahead and, GPT 5.4 runs in loop for 2 days and says, hey, you know what? I couldn't build anything because you are stupid. You just had give me the stupid prompt ever. So it says, okay, some of what we are working on might be easier to explain if I can show you in the browser. So this is where it starts. So it will actually give you a nice view in the browser to see like if this is what he really wants to build. Otherwise, just stop, just go home, and maybe you're drunk. So okay, so it says I can put mock-up diagrams, comparisons, and other visuals as we go. So it will actually ask you questions. It will update the UI, and I will say yes, of course I want to, because everyone knows like how concerned I am about tokens. So it says okay. So it says I'm reading the visual comparison guide, and then which configured project should I host this bug hunting game? So it is asking me if I want to use any existing repository, and what I can do is, let me see if I can use something which exists, maybe QMD app, because I already have this repository and I think it's an monorepo. So I think it should be okay. So it says, okay, I got the project and I'm checking how the QMD app is structured before refining the game ideas. And let's see. So it's actually writing some files. It's actually going through the existing. So inside QMD app, what role should this bug hunting game play? So let's see what we want to build. So it says, okay, a dedicated page in the sidebar, recommended. It also gives you a recommendation like what it should be. A hidden Easter egg, a mini game, launch from an existing page, or a separate desktop only screen. So I will say, okay, it's recommended is actually a dedicated page. So I'll say, okay, go ahead and do that. So we click on a sidebar or navbar and says, okay, start a new game. And it says, okay, now it's asking me more questions. Like it will go really deep until unless like I really commit into building something. It says, okay, tap, click, moving bugs before they skip. This is recommended. Inspect tiny code snippets and identify the bug. This is really cool. Sounds like a good idea. Match bug types into the right fix. This is again a good idea. And you just think like I gave the stupidest prompt ever possible. Like if I show this and to anybody, they will be like, dude, just stop. Like you don't know how to prompt. But this is making me a good engineer now. It is actually making me think that, this is what is possible, and maybe you can actually come with some idea and you can actually say, hey, okay, this is good idea, maybe I can combine multiple things. So for now, let's say I can do match bug types, okay, to the right fix. So I can actually drag and drop and say, okay, this is the right fix for this particular bug. And who's this game primarily for? So it says general users who want a light casual game, developers learning bug fix patterns. So I'll say, okay, let's build it for developers, right? um, and it says, okay, I need one more. So should the bug fix content be generic developer pattern or tied to QMD app itself? Because QMD app is something else I was building. I'm I just chose it because otherwise it will start to set up the repo and do extra stuff which I don't want to. So it says what it can do is generic bug patterns across front and back end, which is what I think I need. KMD app specific, I don't need that. So I'll say okay, do this. And nice. So what should the first version optimize for? Time rounds with scores, streaks, and pressure. practice mode with explanation after each, and it says both a practice mode and time challenge. I think it also says it's recommending it. So I'll say, okay, go with the recommendation. Okay, so it says now I have product answers. I'm doing one focus rate of the UI patterns before comparing approaches. So it is actually checking. And now it says card match. I think card match was what I had in my mind. I had this one, drag and drop triage board, which was in mind. So I can actually drag and drop and put something. So it says, but card matches what is recommended. Let's see what it does. Each round shows a bug pattern and few fix option. With practice mode plus time challenge, it fits existing page and sidebar model. More game like, but adds heavier interaction, accessibility, complexity, and maybe why not? Let's choose something complex, right? So I'm using GPT 5.4, and anyways, so now it's actually going there. You pick the more game-like direction. So I'm putting a quick visual comparison. Now it's this is where I really liked it. Now it will give me a home, like HTML page. That's cool stuff.
That's very cool. That was very interesting. I think especially for vibe coders who don't really know what to specify exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like if we can call them. Let's see. So it says, okay, this is where this is hosted, and this is how it looks like. And I can click on practice. So, this is the bug queue, this is the fix pool, and this is where you want to drop it. And nice. And you can actually learning first mode, replayable challenge. And yeah, I mean, I'm very bad at visuals, right? So, I'm very bad at designing UI. And so generally, it's hard for me to actually come up with some ideas like how my UI should be looking like. And this is really nice. Low, even before I actually go ahead and build something, I can actually see like how it will look like. So let's go
It looks
back
very
and
cool. Like the whole user experience seems extremely seamless also.
yeah, I mean, it was very easy, right? Even to walk through. It was not like you need a lot of ideas on you need a lot of you know what you can say existing information about what you're trying to build. Like that, if you want to build a demo, what you will do, I'll say, okay, just let's build this. But you can actually just keep refining it and come up with something better. So I'll say, okay, keep this structure. It looks good. And now it is actually taking that visual comparison and it will try to build it. Okay, so now it is giving me like how it will look like. So it says it will use a new lazy loaded module or new lazy loaded page called bug hunt on your sidebar entry. Okay, state should stay local. This is very important because it also gives you about state management. And it says, okay, it will be small signal driven game because signals are something which we spoke about in one of our past streams. And I'll say, okay, keep this architecture. You're doing well. And let's go. Okay, so now it's saying, okay, design section. So it says game flow, safety, and testing. The first version should use local type scenario catalog because track drop can become an accessibility trap. The board should also support a keyboard first for fallback. So lot of things which is actually clear to us before even like a single line of code is written. So I will go ahead and say, okay, use this. All good. One more thing which is very important here with superpowers. It uses
Yes.
TDD. It
What
uses
is that?
TDD, test-driven
Oh,
development.
oh,
Yeah.
very cool.
So it will
So
create
it's gonna
your
keep
spec files.
testing.
Sir?
It's gonna keep testing every phase before.
Yes. So it builds,
Because
it tests.
no, I think that is so important because one of the biggest fails I ever had with AI, not very recently, but one of the older times was Great, it's working. I tested it in local and then I deploy it, but the build won't work. So something is failing in the build. And after like running in circles with it for like 20 minutes, I just started from scratch and I actually had to give it an explicit instruction that hey, test build and test the build folder every step because I don't trust you anymore. So yeah.
Yeah, now it's actually trying to read the file, and it is seeing like earlier design work, it actually, and see, like there is not even a single line of code written till yet. So it's just collecting all the information, and then it can run like the next cool part. Like I'm not sure, like still have 10 minutes, but uh, once it now it's actually creating the spec doc. Yeah, so here it is. So it actually wrote the document for us, so you can see and read, and it will ask like, oh, does it look good, what we want to build? And if it is properly documented, you can actually stop at this step and maybe invite your colleague or send it to somebody and say, hey, do you think like this is the idea, and do you think this document looks good? And then get it approved and then come back and then start again. So let's see, session limit 7%. Yeah, and I haven't used 7%. So far I just used 7% of my whatever limit is. And then it gives you overview, it gives the goals, and this is not for us, like this is for your agent, that what the agent needs to build. And it says what is non goals as well, because we answered everything. And then it defines your page structure, it defines your user experience. So there are practice mode, there is a time mode where you have to achieve something in specific time. And yeah, so it creates everything, including your how the data structure will look like, rules. Yeah, so very detailed, spec document. You can actually probably I would have never written this as, even if I'm working at a job. I mean, my job was writing actually design docs, and that, of course, that, just kidding, but yeah, most of the time I will never care
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
obviously.
And
That
now
or Santosh does not write code rabbit docs.
sorry.
That or Santosh does not write code rabbit docs.
No, I was talking about my previous job. My previous job was actually writing
I'm
docs.
kidding. Yeah, I'm kidding.
Oh. So yeah, so just to answer you, yes, I used to write design docs way before AI came in. So I used to write them by hand, and it was very boring. But that's the job of what staff engineers to do. Like they need to write docs. Okay. Anyways, enough about design docs. Okay, so it gives you everything like a detailed spec document, and it says, okay, please review it. You know, before you go ahead and say yes or not. So it says, okay, please review this doc and let me know if you want to change before like anything, before you start implementation. And it says now the planning phase is completed anyways. So I can say, okay, you know what? I think I just go ahead and I at this point of time I can change the model as well. So I can say, other models. Let's see what else I have. Oh, I cannot use. Oh, okay. This is interesting. I was thinking maybe I can bring my own models, but I think this is not possible with the GitHub app yet. You can still do that using GitHub Copilot. You can actually bring your own model, but not here, because I don't know like how much limit I have on GitHub Copilot. Let's see. Oh, so it's just 16% used. Okay, so I think it should be enough. GPT 5.4 is anyways one X. So where is the window gone again? So let's see. I'll just say, okay, okay, start, yeah, implementation. So planning done. Now it will start implementation. It gave us this document, which we have so far. And now it's actually writing a plan. So plan to like show us like how it will actually go ahead and implement this. So this is again very important and very cool stuff. See, it can run like in loop. So you don't have to actually, once you are done with documentation, until this, like it's trying to perform any, any action which requires your intervention, it can just run forever. Uh, and
Very cool. No, no, I think
uh,
it's a very, very seamless experience overall. Also, even the prompts were very clean. The ones that it made to you, they were also very clean. Yeah.
so right now it's actually, let's see if there is anything else generated. No. So right now we just have the spec document, and it will take some time to write plan, and then um, yeah, I mean, the one, hope we still have 5 minutes, but hope it actually goes still there. So we can see that step as well. And, yeah, as I said, like we just finished our the last week. So last week we published this podcast with Jesse, who is the creator of Superpowers,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's it's doing numbers. I mean, 3K views in 8 days. It's actually pretty popular, one of the most popular one. I ended up watching this in morning because I was like, okay, I have some time now, and I was just maybe if you follow me on X, I just posted a picture where I was actually in my balcony talking about Euromaxing. Why not? Yep. So I was just sitting here. I was like watching this podcast episode. It was some sun finally. So, and it was great episode. Like good to hear from Jesse, like how and why he actually ended up building superpowers, and like it's crazy like how he manages it. Because he said 90% of the PRs are rejected because a lot of people are just trying to submit PRs because the project is doing numbers, not really adding value, but you know, oh, just to see my name. So yeah, I mean, just go ahead and watch this episode. We have
Will
uh,
do. Yeah, definitely will, folks. Even if you all are watching and if you will have any comments or summaries around it, please tag us if you're posting it.
yeah, yeah. So let's see. I have the task breakdown now. I'm writing. So see here. So it's actually writing TDD steps, which is test driven development. And believe me, I have never done TDD in my life, entire life. Yeah.
Really?
I mean,
No, no,
I'm not a
you used protocols like SOAP. I thought it was compulsory to do testing then.
I mean that time it was. I mean, I was working at a startup, like a a very young engineer. I was like, who writes test? Just let
Right.
me write the code. So I was just like write code writing machine. I still remember like from my early days. I think I had joined that company and I was working on my Windows application. I was adding some feature, and my senior engineer, she gave me some work. She was the lead, and so I went back to my desk as like that was the time I don't even used to use mouse, so I was like all on keyboard.
Uh,
I knew all the shortcuts, and I was like I have multiple Visual Studio running on my machine, and my friends are wondering like, what is this psycho doing? So I finished that work in 3 hours, 2 3 hours, and went back to her and was like, "Oh, I'm done. Give me something more." And okay, she was like surprised, and then she gave me a look, and I went back. Then came back again into 3 hours. I was like, "Okay, give me something more." And she's like, "Santosh, stop doing this." And then
that's so
she
cool.
was really angry, and she's like, "Santosh, don't do this. I mean, I don't have this much work anymore. So please go home for the day, or just sit on your desk." And I was like, oh wow, like this is new. But anyways, yeah. So I was like crazy developer, but then I learned like I don't need to do the things fast. Anyway, so now we have our plan ready. So it actually adding architecture, goal, what are the files it will create, and what are the commands it needs to run. So you can see npm ci to actually install node modules. So it knows like one of the thing which you mentioned with me, right? So AI says, "Oh, everything good," but it never built anything, so it knows actually. So here it actually runs the build, it runs your test, and it will write some test to actually test the features, everything, all documented. Like this is the plan which it is going to follow. So yeah, very detailed, 2000 lines of plans. And you can still stop here, right? So because you need, as a human, you need time to actually review everything. So you can just give it some time. Meanwhile, it stops for you, and then you can review this plan, come back and say, hey, you know what? I think we need to improve this plan, or maybe we are doing more. Maybe we don't need to do everything. And the once plan is ready, let's go. And the plan logic is correct. Now I'm doing final consistency scan, so it will do one scan, and then it will ask you to implement it. And yeah, once it starts, actually, once you hand off the plan, it can actually run. Yeah, this is the last thing which I wanted to show you. So you don't need to do inline thing. You can actually do sub agent event. So you can hand over the plan. It will like start multiple agents, and it will figure out like which tasks can run in parallel,
Oh,
which needs
wow.
to run, yeah, so which needs to run in inline, and then just figure it out, and
Very
it finally you
cool.
get like, so, and it gives you recommendation, like, because sometime it's possible that the thing which you're trying to build, it's not possible to do sub agents. And this is also where a lot of developers actually spend a lot of tokens, because they don't have any idea, like, oh, you know what, they will just give you the prompt saying, what, just do it, like run multiple agents and do it. And then at the end, what you get is not the code but merge conflicts, because the agents are overwriting each other, and then they're like, oh, what's happening, because agents are dumb, like they are not humans, right? And they're literally dumb, they just do what you want. And this is how it works. So I'll stop here, because this whole implementation will take time, and probably burn through all my tokens I have. So
Interesting concern.
but yeah, go ahead and give it a try. Superpowers, it's one of the most, and as I said, like in top 20 now. I didn't. I think Ritvi joined later, but I was just going through leaderboard, and so it's in top 20. This project.
Very cool.
Yeah. And by the time we were looking here, I think the actual number is, let's see, superpowers. Uh, yeah, right. 231K now. And okay, so it got 5K until, I don't know when this was updated, June 14. So in 3 days, it got like 5,000 more stars. So yeah, I think it should be in top 15 now. It should be soon in top 15.
Very cool. Yeah, no, we've actually supported a lot of projects that have hit the leaderboard after we've supported them. Kua is actually one of them. We supported Kua and then it hit the charts and it then also got funded. Like, so yeah, we support folks. Keep an eye out on our weekly file. We're keeping an eye out for you, so we know the projects that are going to do well.
So we'll come back with another episodes on another live stream. But we also started doing Twitter Spaces. So if you are maybe uh, if you're on X and you want to just hang out, so it's a normal chill and work stream, and you can join us there. So see you next time. Bye bye.